I figured out why Americans are not happy. I've been back and forth between the United States and South America and some other countries, and it's interesting the things you notice when you leave the United States. One of the things that you notice is that houses are smaller in other countries. It's not because they don't have money. I have friends in other countries who are more richer than most Americans. They have probably a net worth of $2 million and they still live in a small house. They live below their means. They might have enough money to go on more vacations, more freedom, because they're not paying house payments on a house that's too big. Americans upgrade their house size every year for no reason. No reason. Oh, let's just get a bigger house because we want to fit in. My relatives have bigger house, and my relatives said that I'm not successful because I don't have a big house. They're comparing me to them. I need to get... And it's sad because you guys will work till you're 60 till you finally realize it. You guys, when you turn 60, you start to realize it. You'll be interviewed in the street. They ask these older people in the States, what's one regret you have in life? They all say the same thing. They say, I wish I would have realized all the material possessions I built up over the years didn't mean to anything. And now I have fun traveling in a camper around the U.S., right? When you're young and broke, you buy a camper because it's cheap and affordable and you don't have a lot of money and you want to have some more freedom. And then when you get old and retire, they go back to living in a camper. It's the funniest thing ever. And it's not to say, like, when I talk about this stuff, about how Americans buy too much stuff, I always get the backlash of, well, are you just lazy? You just don't want to work. I'm not saying don't live under a bridge. I'm saying don't buy a 6,000 square foot house. You know, why are people buying houses enough to, like, the size of a Walmart, when houses in the 60s and in the 50s in the United States, the average house size was like, what, 800 square feet, 1,000 square feet? And it's like, and I'm so passionate about this because it affects me. It affects me. You want to know how? I'm in the States. None of my friends can hang out with me. They're all making payments on houses that are way too big, cars that are way too expensive, land with high interest rates, because they're all trying to fit in. They're like, yeah, I got this house, man. I just wish I wouldn't have got this, but I got to make payments. And I'm like, that affects me. I want to go fishing with you, buddy. I have no friends to go fishing with. I'm here in the United States. Everyone, they get off on Sundays. Even if they wanted to take a day off of work, they can't because they're in such big debts. And it's like, you don't have to do that. I have friends out in the States that do live a more simple life, and they have a great life. They're a lot more relaxed. They have a lot more hair on their head, you know. They have a nice house. They're not lazy. They work a good job. They're patient. They save up for stuff that they want. They have more freedom. They can take off work whenever they want because they don't have debts. And like I said, don't take this as, oh, it's because Americans, we rule, we have lots of money, that's why we have big houses. You guys have big houses because the banks are the ones who are building the big houses, selling it to you guys so they can charge you more interest on the loans. Because if you guys were happy with what you had, you'd stop buying stuff. If you stopped buying stuff, you'd stop getting in debt. Banks wouldn't make money. So they have to come out with new stuff every year, new cars, bigger houses. And I get passionate about this because I've had a big house. I've had a big, nice car. When I went to South America, I could get anything I wanted. I was making great money. My best month in South America, I made $17,000 in 1 month. That's a lot of money in the States. Better yet, South America, I could have bought a whole village with that, you know? So I had the luxury life over there, and I'm glad I got to experience it to realize, like, that's not what makes me happy. And I think a lot of Americans, sadly, they think that's going to make them happy. So for me, I got to get it out of my system at a young age. But now I'm back in the States and I'm watching people sacrifice 40 years of their life to finally realize, yeah, I just want to get in a camper trailer and go travel the U.S. I want to go to Colorado. Guys, don't waste, and please don't waste your life thinking that this big house is going to make you happy. I'm not doing this for me. This doesn't benefit me, this video. Well, besides that, I hope some of you will go fishing with me and stop working so much. You guys act like it's a flex to work extra hard. It's not a flex to be a slave. It's not a flex that you have a bigger debt than everyone around you. Because you guys aren't flexing your wealth. You're flexing your debts. Oh, I got a bigger house. No, you have a bigger debt, stupid. I got a bigger car. No, you have a bigger payment. You have no freedom. I'm so passionate about this because I feel like I'm doing people a deed by saving you 30 years in your life. And the sad part is people are going to watch this video and they're still not going to listen. They're going to watch this video and be like, yeah, I don't know. It's just so nice having this nice, comfortable house. I just want it. I want to see what it's like. And they're going to sign those papers. They're going to make those payments. They're going to waste 10 or 20 years of their life to realize it wasn't worth it. And now what should you do instead of doing all this? I don't know. Should you go live in a little camper out in the woods? I don't know. Should you live in like a small, cheap apartment? Should you go find a small town to live in where the rent is cheap? Should you buy a small piece of land and build a tiny home? I don't know. That's for you to find out. We'll make some more videos about that. There's a lot of options you can do. I do know my friend has a nice little tiny home. It's really not even a tiny home. You guys call it a tiny home in the States. It's just a house, bro. They call it a tiny home or storage building or whatever, but that's marketing done to make you not live a simple life. He's free as a bird. It's $500 a month with all utilities paid. It's beautiful. There's deer outside. He can hunt deer on his land. It's like 15 minutes from town. It's a little drive. So like people, there's so many ways you can live such a simple life and still save money. Like, I'm not against buying stuff, but I'm against you sacrificing your whole life to sign some papers and get in debt on something that you might not even like in the future. You know what I mean? You don't really know if you're going to like it, and you're signing papers on stuff that's taking your life away. Whereas if you buy it in cash, at least you can just flip it. So I'm not against stuff. Oh, Ben doesn't like stuff. He doesn't like new cars. I bought a brand new car with cash from the dealership, paid off. I built my house in 1 year in cash. So I like stuff, but I don't give up my life for it. And I want to push that point to you guys. You don't need everything now. You don't need it now. You can hold back. The best thing you can do in your life is to take a breath, go eat an ice cream, give your wife a kiss, go spend some time with your kids, and stop trying to fit in with the Jones, because by the time you catch up to the Jones, guess what? They've already upgraded. Now you got to switch the tile in your house. Now you got to upgrade your shower. Now you got to move to a new neighborhood, because the Jones are always moving. You'll never keep up with the Jones. So why even try? I know it's hard in the States. I'm here right now and I'm literally suffering. The people around me are putting pressure on me. I've only been here for a week and my head's going to explode. That's why I'm venting right now, because it's not like this in other countries. It's not like this in other countries. And even when I say this, they're like, well, that's because they're poor. No, I have friends in other countries that are way wealthier than most of the people watching this video, but they're not suffering like this. They have their money in the bank and they're happy. They're taking vacations. They're starting small businesses or whatever they're doing. You know, they're not upgrading their house every year. They might buy some land. They might buy a little farm. They might buy stuff, but they're not buying unnecessary, stupid stuff. And that's what I see happening in the States a lot. And sadly, I think that's why the States has a big drug use problem, because people have pressures. When you have so much pressure on life, you fall into the trap of drug abuse, alcoholism. I went to the store, there's alcoholics in the driveway. Everyone's out here doing drugs. There's zombies all around town. There's suicide hotline everywhere. It's crazy. I'm spreading awareness because I feel like I could probably save somebody's life right now by just telling you, you've done a good job for just being alive. You don't have to fit in with everybody, because everyone's trying to fit in. No one's actually trying to fit in. Everyone's moving at the same time. There's no fitting in. You'll never fit in. The time you feel like you fit in, you just fit out. You'll never catch up. It's just a rat reel. Oh, a rat reel. But anyways, that's my speech for today. What you need to do in your free time, that's up to you. I say try to get off social media a little bit more. Try to live in the moment. You definitely want to be a useful member of society. Definitely work, you know. If you can, try to get a part-time job that maybe pays good, so you still make good money, but you at least have some of your life back, man. You don't need to work 7 days a week, 6 days a week. 5 minimum. Really 3 to 4 is that you can really live at least a little bit more of your life, you know. And that's kind of my recommendation. But anyways, that's my thought. I feel like I have a pretty good life. I have a lot of freedom. I have a lot of flexibility. I don't have $100,000 in the bank. I don't have the nicest car. But if I want to, I can go sign papers today. Shoot, let's go get a Lamborghini. I'm just kidding. Anyone can sign papers and get something nice, you know. It's not a flex. Your real flex is how much free time you have and how happy your family is. So is your family happy? Does your family miss you? Did you get to take your wife out this week and take her on a walk in a nice nature trail and get her some flowers? Does your wife feel like you spend time with her because you're not stressed out about trying to pay off stuff? Do you give your kids attention? When you get caught up in this world of all this stress of society, a lot of those things fall back, and then you wonder why the United States has the highest divorce rates, the highest, I don't know if it's the highest suicide rates, but it's got a lot of suicide for such a rich, successful country. Why is everyone killing themselves on drugs, you know what I mean? So anyways, have a good day, guys. I hope this video inspired you to rethink your life. I'm not here to change your decisions. I'm just here to help you just think about it. Just think about it. You're doing good, though. You're doing good. Just do better. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna go drive because I'm wasting gas sitting here in this parking lot. Turn on my air conditioner. You guys have a good day.